Hello, guys. Welcome back to our Naija podcast. So you know how people never actually pay much attention to. I mean, like these days, people have been paying more attention to domestic violence in every form. There's so many ways that people have been abused, relationship, friendships, marriage. So today we'll be talking about it in the studio. My name is Gloria Zegar. I'm your host, and today in the studio I have the very gorgeous Snow White.
You know when you say that,
Welcome on the show.
Thank you.
Your skin is glowing now.
Yeah,
Oh,
we can all
skinny.
see that. She looks really pretty. She looks really
Guys
gorgeous.
are making Princ Uc jealous.
And our very own prince.
You look beautiful.
Welcome on the show, guys.
Thank you.
So really, today I brought a very, very serious, very, very important topic to the studio because I know people have been shedding light on domestic violence and all the abuse involved and all that, but like I really want us to talk about it because as much as people still go through this thing every day, people go through it every day, and it's not gender based. Men go through it, women go through it as well. So it's like it's some of the people that we even know that we don't even think that they're doing this thing, they do it. It's not written on the forehead, it's not written on the face. When someone is going through it, when someone is putting someone through it. So that's how I really want us to talk about it.
Well,
Why is everybody quiet?
no, it's
It's a deep
no,
topic.
it's a
Yeah.
deep topic,
It's a
Yeah,
very
it
deep
is.
topic.
It is.
and these are the kind of topics that, when they are mentioned, so many things start going through your head. You start thinking of, the experiences you have had in terms of maybe people you have been around. So, first of all, let's come out in strong terms and condemn domestic violence.
Yes,
Let's start from there.
I'll try to.
And any man that lay his hand on a woman is not a man.
Yes.
And
Vice
any
versa.
woman as
Yes.
well that lays her hands on a man, she's not a woman.
Yes.
So
What is
that's the
she?
truth. Eh?
What is she?
She's an
Hermaphrodite?
animal. She's an animal.
She's a
No.
she-man.
Yeah, she's an animal. No, she's not even a human.
She's a woman's.
Yeah.
So we all have our experiences. Probably it might be the type that did not happen to us directly, or
Yes.
you might be around where it happened.
Yeah.
So I will never forget these couples in Kasana then, that we live in the same there we have flats, so we live in one of the I live in one of the flats. So what happened was that I rented the house, all the house. Then the idea is that when I rent all, I will give one of the flats out.
Okay.
So I was looking for who to rent it out to. So this man came, then some of my friends told me that I shouldn't give that man the house. I was like, why? They say I shouldn't try it,
Wow.
that the man is troublesome. But the issue is that they did not tell me which part of the trouble is coming with.
Yes.
So when they said that, boy, he came to me, I even told him. I said, he said that I should leave what people are talking about. That they just want to, they know what make I get this place. They just want to condemn me. Like, he was so, he blackmailed me emotionally. Let me use that word. I agreed. They were parking gradually for almost 5 days. So when they are fully packed, the following day in the night, he told me why they said I should not give him the house.
Wow. After, are you? Oh my God.
Like that night,
God, he's trouble.
with all silence,
Mm.
I was just, did I say, pa, 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 pa.
Wow.
I came out, I checked, and
Wow.
the woman was crying. The woman was crying. And she too, she know they hear. You understand? So
This is where we would have
Yeah,
our
this is
argument just starts
exactly.
right now.
Well, do you know why I say she know they hear?
Mm.
Eh? Me, I know how much I love my skill.
Right.
If you touch me, you understand?
Mhm.
I will first of all secure my body. Then know what to do to you.
So
But you are still in pain and you are still dragging. And you know this guy is stronger than you.
no,
You
how was
understand?
she dragging? Was she dragging with words or she was dragging with her hands?
No,
I want
with
to
her
understand.
hands.
Was she trained?
Yeah.
She was holding
Does
him.
does that really matter?
They are,
Yes.
they are Igbos though.
Mhm.
Oh, no, this is not supposed to be funny actually. Why would
No,
Yeah, it's not.
no, it's not funny,
It's
but,
People go
but
through this on a daily.
see,
Yeah.
no matter how, no matter how we see these things, there are serious scenarios that will happen
Mhm.
that will appear funny, even when they don't seem to
True
be
that.
funny.
Yeah.
True.
So this thing continued. I called in the morning. He's one that knocked at my door. I opened. He came to my sitting room. He said that he want to tell me something. First of all, he want to apologize. If you see the way he composed himself, that he want to apologize about this. That see what happened. That this woman want to kill me. Why? See, I ran this thing for a whole 1 year.
Mm.
No, 3 days cannot pass without a fight. No, it's not possible.
So, what do you think? You think it is just because the man is
You-
abusive?
I'm, in fact, let me tell you what happened. December, 25th December,
Mhm.
in the morning,
Mhm.
he came out with drink, with a wine,
Mhm.
and was telling me happy
Christmas.
Christmas. You know, all of us were celebrating, jubilating that it's Christmas.
Yeah.
They said they will cook. I said, that we are going to eat every today. But one thing that happened was that I didn't see any sign of Christmas around their house.
The house.
To the sign decoration or good.
No, not even decoration. At least you should hear they are pouring water of washing meat
Yeah.
or they are frying something.
Yeah.
Nothing is happening. I know there is a problem.
The
He
wife-
was the only one going around with wine, happy and all. I saw the wife's mood. Ha! I said
Yeah, something has happened.
this Christmas will be the hoogie. In the evening, I start hearing shouts. The woman was, ranting that she did not make her hair, he did not give her money for this. They are saying, the next thing, boom, boom, boom. In the north, 25th December, that's when the real Harmattan is out.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, he was beating this woman, blood was gushing out of her nose, and he was still hitting her, and she too did not let him be. She was holding him.
This is the part- this is the part
What
I
do you
use.
think?
I'm coming now.
Do you-
I'm
What
coming.
else
Let me
was she
explain.
supposed to do?
I'm coming.
I don't
I'm
understand,
coming.
like-
Ige bumuta, ige bumuta.
Hey, now,
Na ige
you
bumuta. The
can
next thing,
express that.
when I was trying to separate them, because one of my friends even visited me. That my friend, he knows them. Do you know this guy just walked and he left? He did not even wait. I was the only one that tried to separate them.
Yeah.
Now, this guy is dark. I'm fair in complexion. While dragging to separate them, I don't know, the wife did not look at the skin. Here, the way she bites me here. Hey, the way she, no, see, anybody Anybody in Katsina that knows me, knows this story. The wife bites me, I shout.
Do you know this? Do you know this?
Do you understand?
Do you know this fight between the two of them? One person can actually die.
Exactly.
Do you know that?
Yes.
Part?
Do you know
So
when
you're
she
talking
bites
about your
me?
skin,
I was
you're talking
telling her,
about life.
Yes.
no, I was
Like-
telling her, you beat me. She said, sorry.
Yeah, because in the heat of that, you don't even know what you're
Exactly.
doing.
Later
You
that
don't
night,
even know how
later
you're
that
reacting.
night,
You just want to react.
I mean,
to
someone that
something.
someone
Later
beats
that
the extent
night,
that you're gushing blood out of your mouth.
later that night, they started another one. She went out, she threw a bottle, I dodged bottle. Then when I turned to tell the man that what is your problem, before I could turn this way, the basin where they used to rinse plates, where they wash plates, pepper and everything. 25th December, there is so much coldness. Harmattan. This woman poured the water. When I would turn, on my head. Oh no.
That's a mind your business.
I was telling them in Igbo, I was saying, Ozgo. I was saying Ozgo, my body was shaking. Due to coldness.
Okay, so
So you realize that some people usually end up with somebody that fits them. The woman is fire and he feels his fire.
That doesn't
So,
fit nothing.
no, I'm coming. Why I'm saying this is that had it been this lady
Had kept quiet when you
has
were
kept
beating her.
I
quiet
don't
when they're
agree.
eating
I
her,
don't
this
agree.
guy
Oh, no.
will bundle her
I don't agree with
completely.
you. I don't agree.
You
with
understand?
You haven't
So,
seen men
what's your take,
that
though?
even no. See, I've seen people that it's even your silence that pushes them to do more.
for real?
Some people will tell you, "I'm talking to you. You're not answering me." It means you're calling me an idiot in your head.
Yeah.
So answer me. I'm talking to you. Talk, but tell me something. Say something. You should call me idiot. Call me goat. Let me know that you're talking to me.
You just-
Don't keep quiet on me.
Yes, it gives them the satisfaction.
Some people don't want silence
Yes.
from you. They want you to talk back. Then some people, the moment you keep quiet, they assume your silence is approval, like you're agreeing with what they're accusing you of.
Yes.
I've seen a man say to a woman, "You're very stupid, you're a prostitute, I call you're this, you're this, or that." And the woman kept quiet. He said, "You see, you can't even say anything. You can't defend
Can't
yourself.
defend
It's
yourself.
because you're a prostitute. It's because you're this. The woman has to say back, "No, I am not. I did not." And then she starts like, "Oh, you're talking back at me? I'll break your head." And then you don't know what the fight is. So when you say the woman is supposed to keep quiet, you don't know how that person pushes her to the limits. The point is, in everything, both man, both woman have self-control.
Yes.
There's a level to anger. There are different levels to anger. When you see that your temper is rising, when you see that you're already getting so angry and it's becoming so destructive, get a grip on yourself. There's nothing worth breaking our heads, fighting and killing.
Killing. Yes.
Because if you sit down and check it, what is causing that problem is just a gap in miscommunication. Just one small
I don't
thing.
think so.
Yes,
I don't
because
think so.
everything.
It looks like one, but I think
See,
it's way
even
bigger
if
than
Prince
that.
kills somebody now, and he communicates it to me in the right way, I will help him. He can
Yes.
come and tell me now,
Yes.
it was not intentional, no, I didn't see.
You'll
This-
help him
but
hide the mother.
Not hide.
No, it's not hide the mother.
Not
You
hide
don't
the
understand
mother.
what she's saying.
He's in soup. I can take him to the police station, turn him in and testify and say, "Okay, yes, he came to me." It makes it easy for him.
Yes.
Do you get? But if Prince kills somebody and he's bragging,
Yeah.
and I kill him now, as I'm looking at him,
Mm-hmm.
I can't understand the rationale. I think he's mad. I think something. I can think 100 things. I can even join and put him in trouble because
Yes.
I cannot testify that he's a killer. He has been doing these things. For him to be telling me like
Yes,
this,
the audacity at which you
I will
said
make it worse.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about everything is communication. The way you communicate, I can trigger him unintentionally. But you're not going to say it's because I was talking back.
I have a serious question to ask now. Yeah,
Yes.
the issue of domestic violence has been around for so long,
Yes.
for so long, and I feel like talking about it alone there's never a solution for just talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
the first steps now are identifying what are those causes or what are those triggers that actually makes people, because I don't want to make it look like it's just men, because I've also heard or seen scenarios where the woman is the one that's abusive in the relationship. So what happens? How does it? Because you guys must be good with each other at a point. You understand me?
decide
Yeah.
to-
Because before getting married,
Yes,
you
let's
you
get
must
married.
have stayed with
But
your spouse.
people go through domestic violence even in relationships.
Yeah.
So why would you go through domestic violence in a relationship and still go ahead to getting married to that person?
Priorities.
I don't get.
Basically. Let me tell you
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
We as a society, our priorities are changing. We're no longer where we used to be. There are no values anymore.
Yes.
There are no, in those days when you're going to get married, the parents will sit you down, everybody will sit you down. There's a whole lot of things they will tell you.
Mhm.
Now, in those days too, there were lots of reasons why people marry each other. It's
Yes.
either a family wants you to marry, or
Yes.
we went to search in this family and we see that these people are good.
Good.
Then in those days, the matchmaking was based on if there's wahala, we can talk to the father can talk to the father can talk, and they will sit down there and agree. But today, we all have our mindset, we all have our exposure, we all have
Yeah.
everybody has what they are looking for.
Yeah.
We girls, some of us want it classy. We want to live with who we want to live. We want to live fly, have everything.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if it's good. It doesn't matter if it's okay. Yeah.
You just want to be taken care
And
of.
some of us
Yeah.
are the
Taken
some
care
of
of
us.
with abuses.
Yeah, like some of us are the bougie ones. We want to marry somebody that speaks good English,
Yeah.
someone that is prim and
Yeah.
proper, someone that
And we
doesn't-
forget
Don't-
that it's
don't
not
you-
all
don't you
mad
guys-
people that are
don't you guys-
on the street.
Don't you guys
So-
think those are actually the wrong reasons to
That's
actually get
what,
married?
That's what- that's
the
what we're
conversation
saying. That's
we're
what we're
having now.
saying, yes.
People marry for different reasons. Right?
Yeah, well,
So that's part of it.
for me, I feel there is no manual
But yeah.
for life itself
Yeah.
generally.
Yeah.
So also, there is no manual for marriage.
Mhm.
Okay, what works for A might not work for B.
Mhm.
No matter how you try to put them through, it might not work for them.
Mhm.
So, and there are ladies that have this kind of men in their life
Mhm.
that he doesn't beat them.
Mhm.
Even when you start to insult him,
Mhm.
talk down on him, he might smile over it and leave.
Yeah.
And the next thing you will hear the lady telling him,
I don't mind
"You are not man enough.
How
How can I be talking to you like this? You
another
cannot."
abuse.
So you
I'm
see
coming.
too much.
Let me finish.
Okay.
You hear that you are not man enough.
Mhm.
That I have insulted you. I have done this. I expect you to slap me. Can't you slap somebody?
No, that's a woman that likes violence. Yeah, people like that.
Exactly.
The
Exactly.
violence turns them on.
Yes.
So those people are in a different category. Yes, so-
Now we're
Yes,
talking.
yes,
Now we're
yes,
talking about people
yes.
that
That's
Do
a
actually.
you
different category.
understand?
Yeah.
But that's a different
Yeah.
category.
So-
There's some women you have to slap to make love to them as a man.
Wow.
Yes, so there are
Wow.
women. Some want you to beat them, chain
what I'm
them,
saying,
things like that. So
That's some BDSM.
No, that's
So-
Yes.
So these are
Oh, you
these are
know the
some
meaning
of,
of that,
huh?
really?
Don't start.
So these are some of the issues.
Mhm.
But like I said earlier, the first step is to condemn the act.
Yes.
All right. So, secondly, this particular act happens to both genders.
Mhm.
There are ladies that will slap the hell out of their
Yeah.
man, even in public.
Mhm.
Some
Maybe-
ladies you might not even be their spouse.
Maybe I have seen where a guy went out with a lady. Yeah, she's a young woman, but this is the young woman that wants to employ him for a job. So coincidentally, he went to a restaurant where he would buy food for the wife and himself, just take away or something. Then he told her that he's in so-so restaurant. He came to take some. She said she's around. That let her stop by so that they would discuss. She's the client. So they sat down. They were talking about it. How comes the wife walked in? Whether certainly somebody called her
Yeah.
that they might even snap these days and send to her. She rushed to that restaurant. The lady was there. She was not talking to the lady. She was asking him, "Where did you tell me you were going to?" He said, "I said I want to go and buy snacks." She said, "Yes. You are going here to buy snacks and bring it back home. Who is this person?" He said, do you remember that job? Before he would explain the job, pa, 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 a man. And he couldn't move. That other lady, I don't know how she disappeared.
Before, you just run away from that
Do you
drama.
understand? She
Yeah.
disappeared.
Yeah.
She slapped the hell out of him. But I saw a gentleman.
Yeah. There's
He
something.
was quiet. He did not talk. Do you understand? Do you know what happened? Other ladies around are the one that start attacking her. See, what's your problem? Because she kept doing it and he was not saying anything. Ryu's hand scattered the food,
And that's
scattered
exactly what
everything.
Snow was talking about.
Do you understand?
About when
He
people
did
would
not
do
say
something
anything.
unexpected, you
Then
don't react.
her
And when you
fellow
don't
ladies
react,
were the
you
one
don't get-
attacking her, telling
Yeah.
her what is your problem,
No, but
whatever
because
the
we just saw that
issue is.
firsthand,
Can't
that's
you
why-
Yes,
go
yes.
home and settle it? Why would you embarrass your husband like that?
There's something you said I want to correct, right?
Mm.
When you say there is no manual to these things, if
Mm.
I've not had any experience in my life, I'll tell you that I've had this enough to know that this is a manual. Marry a kind person, date a kind person. That's the only manual to navigate this space. Every other thing you can adjust on the way. But if you don't go with somebody who is kind, who would rather have a
Marry a
conversation,
kind person.
yeah, or
And
date
a
a kind
nice
person and a nice
Yes.
person, because no matter the
But
anger,
a
matter
kind person and nice person should marry a kind and nice
that's
person.
what I'm saying.
person,
That's what I'm
yes.
saying.
My
That's what I'm saying.
mom
Generally,
always say
you need-
marry a
you
good-natured man.
attract
Yeah.
you attract what you
Yeah, you
are,
are.
What you
like, what you
possess.
possess,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
So the point is this: if you're a good person,
Mm.
you know, some people say bad boys are the sweetest, or bad guys, or bad girls, bad babes are the sweetest. I don't think so. Look for someone who's good, who's kind enough, who, when the chips are down, would sit through with you, walk through the situation, and
Yes.
talk through that situation with you. Because if you don't have that person, it's going to be an overly loud person that wants to shame you, wants to disgrace you, wants to see you in your worst because he wants to pay you back for what you have done. Now, when you have that kind of person, you're just finished. That's
Yes.
where the violence comes. That's where the guy doesn't even mind hitting you, doesn't mind dragging you, doesn't mind disgracing you, doesn't mind doing a lot of things. That's where the violence comes. But if it's a good guy, whatever you've done, even if it's going to break up with you, you people will sit on a table. You will talk
Talk
it
about it.
over.
Yes.
Talking it over in good terms, in the sense that I don't want to see you tomorrow and we are not friends.
Yeah.
Now that's a good person. That's someone who sees beyond whatever it is at that moment.
That is
He knows that
happening.
there's always going to be a tomorrow.
Yes.
So let's not squash or scatter things in a bad way. Now, so when you say there is no manual, I think that's the only manual. Just that's the manual to marriage. That's the manual to friendship. That's the
Yeah.
manual to relationship.
See.
Because be with a good person.
But
Yes.
at times I start to feel,
Yeah.
are you sure domestic violence doesn't have to, like, I feel it's psychological.
Oh yes, it's a psychological part of it because not everybody is okay. The hardship in this country, situation around, family rules, like some families come with some kind of rules
Yeah,
or
but
upbringing
I
that
don't agree
shapes
with,
your
I
head.
don't agree with
Trust me.
hardship. I don't agree with
Hardship
hardship.
follow. No, we don't leave that matter. Hardship
No,
follow.
why I said I don't agree with hardship, I know rich people that end up being violent in their
No, this-
marriages.
Yeah.
So some rich,
They are
Yes.
rich.
some rich people.
Do you
So
understand?
hardship is
So
still there. Because if I don't get the
hardship-
money to buy
hardship-
things
hardship-
like I buy,
No,
my
no,
head.
no,
there
like-
is nothing she's lacking.
Mm-hmm.
But a violent man is
He's
a
a
violent
violent man. Yes, true.
No,
All
that's
you,
violence.
you
That's
drive
violence
all
we're
the
talking
cars
about.
you want to drive.
Mhm.
You get the
go
best
to-
life.
What are you
to-
frustrated
No,
about?
So-
you travel
Yeah.
for
Okay.
vacations
Mhm.
as much
There's
as
still
you
something
want.
making you violent. There's still something triggering. Because there's always something lacking. There's always something that is not balanced. You know, it's not always about money. You might be lacking emotional
Yeah.
balance.
So-
But I
do you know-
have
do you know
a
what-
question.
Do you
to
know
ask,
what
actually.
get? Do you know what
Okay.
get some of these ladies beaten up? What makes these ladies go through domestic violence at times is because of a simple question: who is this girl?
That's not true.
No,
That's not true.
No,
Let
no,
me tell you
No,
something.
it's not. I'm not
just that.
saying.
It's not
I'm
always
not
who's that
generalizing
person.
it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not generalizing
No,
it.
that's a
I'm
jealous
I'm just
person
telling you a
and a nosy
single,
person.
a single scenario.
Mhm.
Okay, who is this person? it's either you answer this, or this.
That's for
But
a
do
jealous
you know the
or
reply?
nosy person.
The reply will come with a slap.
No, that's for a jealous or nosy person. And the truth
Are you
is, that
talking from
slap
the
is not
man
even.
or from the girl?
That slap is not even a good response. If I'm asking you who's this person, you shouldn't even respond to me. It's I asked you with words. I didn't hit you.
Exactly.
So if
That's
I hit
what I'm
you,
saying.
See, you. I like the way you talk. You talk like someone that has so much sense, well educated. I'm very happy for you, but I swear down, yeah, there's so many people out there that are just living mad.
Okay,
You
so
get me?
wait.
Regardless
you
of
don't
how.
just go mad
hold on
like
now.
that. Something
No.
has to trigger.
Wait, I want,
Listen,
I want,
listen, yeah?
I want,
Yeah?
I want.
Before you said something about manual in a marriage or relationship is finding the right person, a kind guy. See, you can find the best person in the world and wake up tomorrow to a monster.
It happens.
So
It happens.
it's not as as you see it most times. Most times, those things grow in these people as the relationship builds on.
I would leave it at.
Do you know why? Do you know what I'm making that instance? I grew up in a house where my dad hit my mom a lot. It was never like that.
For example,
Yeah.
For example,
For example,
you are
yeah.
giving an instance.
No, I'm giving okay.
Eh?
You get me?
Are you giving an instance?
Yeah,
It's an instance, yeah?
It's a reality.
You
No,
understand?
not reality. He's giving
No.
you a reference.
He
Let's
said
say
he grew up in
in
a house.
quotes. Let's say I
Okay,
No,
let's say-
but Charlton, is it an
Let's say,
instant
hold
or
on.
like
Oh,
how?
he said
Okay,
it's a real life.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a real life experience.
So,
He's comfortable sharing.
I don't think it's new to anyone that knows my family.
Eh?
I don't think this what I'm about to say is new to anyone that knows me.
Okay.
You get me?
Okay.
Knowing me growing up, it's something that people know a lot. So she's very nice woman. Yeah, it was never like that. All of a sudden, we started seeing things that we have never seen in our life. Kept on happening every day. Comes home late, you understand? And when he comes home, the first thing he doesn't want says something and before she gives a response, we are hearing shouts already. It got to a point where when our dad is coming home, we all just run to our room and try to sleep off so we don't get to hear our mom cry. So you get me? So to an extent, so for me as a child, that scenario alone taught me a valuable lesson. And that valuable lesson is never to inflict that pain to any woman that my mom went through.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
today we try to talk about mental health. In those days, mental health was not a conversation.
Yes.
It was not
Yes.
in the picture. People don't see that for a man to act in certain ways, something is wrong somewhere. Now, my dad was a businessman. For me, I started studying, I read people from an early stage. If my dad comes back from work and I see he's not smiling, if I have requests from school, like normally school will say, buy this book, buy this, buy, do this, pay for PTA. Once I've observed my father and his mood is not, because he was my G, we're pals. My dad and I were very close. Now I look at my dad's face and I see he's not smiling. He's not giving me that smile. He's not asking me if we should jog. He's not telling me he wants to carry me on his back and play. I know something is wrong somewhere. I don't go about asking my father for anything. I'll swallow that thing. I can go to school, they will flog me and send me back home for not bringing that thing. Then my father will ask me what happened to the mark. I said, they actually asked us to bring this book, but because I saw you were not happy yesterday. So he gets very angry. He's like, oh, she's so young and she's considering me. Now that's me. Some men come back with burdens. Their wives who's supposed to be their darling doesn't even look through their faces to see that something. See, there's a right time to demand. There's a right time to demand for stuff. There is a wrong time to demand. I do it with my siblings, I do it with my staff. If you come to me when I'm not in a good mood and you're asking me for anything, I'll rain thunder on you. Like I'll give it. Like, can't you see I'm not in a good mood? You need to watch. You need to read people's mood. If you have somebody in your space, everybody knows I'm a jolly person. I can jump, I can play, I can. But there are days when I'm not happy. Something is eating me up. I have to stay in. Same thing happens with the men.
Yes.
I'm not going to blame the women for their behaviors because you're responsible for your reaction.
Yes.
Your mood can be blamed on anybody, but your reaction is you're solely responsible for how you react to things. So I would say in those days too, men had emotional trauma. They had things, the whole craze of society. I'm a man. I must provide. I must do things. They carry this thing. It eats them deeply, and they are struggling to make ends meet.
Yeah.
But we women, sometimes we are not so sensitive to these things, and then we go with our problems and they just lash out on us. Now, when they lash out on us as well, it is also within their power to try and control that anger, because the woman is not the one responsible for that suffering you are carrying on your head. That's why I don't agree with that part. Yes, in your case, maybe your dad had things troubling him. There was nobody to talk to. Maybe the clique of friends he had were not the right friends he could talk to, and they will help him. Because in those days, my father had friends that would really, really want to see him down because my dad was wealthy at some point. So some of his clique of friends wanted to see him down at all costs. So it wasn't their problem if things were going bad for him. It made them feel better because at some point they are now bigger than him.
Or they are coming same level.
Yeah. And then he wouldn't want to tell himself that truth, that this friend, because my mom would normally tell him, this is your friend. He doesn't want to hear that. It gives him issues with my mom then in those days. So he's dealing with a whole lot. He's dealing with society. He's dealing with providing. He's dealing with a lot. Some days they just lash out.
Yes.
They are not themselves. They scream, they yell, they do stuff, they say stuff. But I will also say the best man is the man that holds it in and not take it out on the mother of the children. Not hit her, not be overly mean to her, knowing fully well that she's not the cause of your problem. She's just a part of the problem, not the cause of your problem. So when you say things like that, maybe it became a habit after a while. You know, when we do things over time, it becomes a habit. It becomes a habit. Maybe a good thing would have been good people around him who provided that. In those days, we had guidance and counseling. It wasn't therapy. Now we have therapy.
Yes.
Maybe good guidance and counselors. Then in those days, churches, pastors provided that stuff. But at some point, we get pastors who are biased, who will tell you from the point of being a man, you're a man, she's not supposed to. Like, in a period, my dad and my mom had some problem in their marriage, and they went to the pastor, and the pastor would tell us, one of the deacons in church would tell my mom that he's a man, and as a man, he should do this, he should do that. My mom always says that word, as a man. So when she says it, we use it to crack jokes and laugh, because you're promoting the male gender and trying to make him so superior that he manhandles the woman and is enough. It's okay. It's done.
Who brings the offering and tithes?
They'll say it's a man. They'll say it's a man.
You want him to stop?
No, but
you understand?
It's wrong.
It's
wrong. Call it spade is spade.
Exactly.
Also, at some point, my mom was women's leader in church, and she's teaching other women too. And as the woman, deal with him, poison him, don't break him. How would that work? It's going to be the church, some part playing men and some part playing women. It doesn't work that way. As the church, you should unify the family. Make sure everything is a united front and not play those tricks. So you see, these things came from a lot of the stuff.
But even at that, you know, before hitting is banter now. Like, talk back.
Exchange words.
Some men have mouth more than a woman.
Of course. Of course.
I'm telling you.
So let me tell you
men, how do we need to touch you? Words
some
give
men,
to you.
when they start exchanging words with the lady,
your whole generation will not spend. Your grandfather will come into it. Your grandmother, everybody.
get to a point, the lady will be the one that will check you and say, you will kill me today.
So you see, in situations like this, you don't just say, hey, one person should have not, she should have kept quiet, she should have not been. Because I've seen situations who say, hey, you two, you'd have kept quiet, but you'd have not said anything. Even if I don't say anything, the man, you know what's painful in those banters? There are some things you don't expect somebody that says I love you with the same mouth to say that thing to you.
Yes.
That man will now use the same mouth that used to tell you I love you, and now come and tell you something that will shred your heart and break you into pieces. Of course, I'll respond, I'll be angry because I don't expect you to say that kind of thing to me.
But Snow, I like how you are. Just take it to bed.
No.
I can get. That's what I was about saying.
So
that's why I said you can't shave breads and tell us your experience.
From a part of, this is something I want to talk about because it happened. The whole world knew about it. It was a situation that I am glad was able to be managed in a good way. Now, when you look at battles like this, right? There's no winner.
True that.
Yes.
There's no winner.
Yes.
It is everybody has lost.
Yes.
Because in the end, at the end of the day, the whole drama was not worth it.
Yes.
That's why I go back to telling you conversation.
Communication.
Because if at the end of the day, after everything that happened, we still have the best conversations and communications right now because it was something that was lacking. Now, what people don't understand is that it might not be in marriage. It might be as friends.
Yes.
You can sit down and talk things over. It shouldn't have gone south as should have gone. One person is understanding the other as the other is speaking.
Yeah.
It could be one small thing I said that did not sit well,
Triggered
that
you.
sounded like I was
Yes.
being rude or saucy, and then you on the other end is like, oh, how dare she? How did she say such a thing to me? I maybe I didn't mean it that way. Maybe I was just saying it. Some of us are very blunt. Like I would drop it as it is.
Yes.
Now, dropping it as it is, it sounds good, you being honest, but sometimes it doesn't come out well. It doesn't
Yes.
represent what you mean properly.
Yes.
I'm a very blunt person, and especially when I'm angry, I drop the bomb, I just drop it and move. But
Let's not.
I've learned now that I have to, even in my anger, be diplomatic, say things in the right way so that I don't trigger what is not there or give you a meaning to read something that I am not trying to say.
True.
Yeah, so things differ. There's also the part of where the person could be a psychopath or is just in a mental state and the person just wants to be
Well,
pissing everybody off. There are different scenarios that lead to violence, but the bottom line of all of this is the ability to control yourself at all
Right.
times. You have that full power.
Yeah.
I don't have the power to control how you react to something.
No.
I can only control what I say to you so I don't trigger you.
Mhm.
But some people are not aware, some people are not informed, some people are not educated, they don't know how to maneuver that sphere. So
Yeah.
you who is the stronger person, the educated one, the one who's well read or whatever you are, should be the one to help by managing that situation, holding yourself back. It makes you the better one. Sometimes I feel very good when in my head my whole brain has told me to do something crazy
Yeah.
and I am able to
Control
manage
myself.
it
Yes.
and it does not blow out of proportion. I hear myself inside. I'm like, oh wow, you've grown.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do that. I do that too. Yeah, I do that
I
too.
keep telling people, you can. I do tell people that the best gift God can ever give to you
Yeah,
is the gift to manage people.
yeah.
The moment you can manage people, you are the king in the world.
Woo!
Trust me.
John.
Yes.
John.
The moment you know how to manage people, you are done.
Mhm.
That's the wealth. That's like the highest wealth God can give you. And there are people that are gifted that way. They know how to manage people. You can never hear them tell you that this guy is evil, this guy is good.
Yes.
They know how to,
Yeah,
manage them and move
manage
them.
them.
Yes.
That doesn't mean they don't get pissed off,
Definitely.
but just like you said, they push it in.
Yes.
So
And let's not also forget that
but-
there are actually people that do not know how to communicate. There are people that don't know how to say things.
That's what I was talking about, the bluntness now.
Exactly.
You just drop it.
You just-
Okay, so I
But does this have to do with at times I look at it, this anger thing, does it have to do with like, at times they talk about short people, their fuses. I don't know.
She doesn't have anything
No,
to
it
do
doesn't have
with
anything
I've
to do
seen
with
some
it.
people
No,
that
it
have-
has
I've
nothing
seen
to
some
do with
people with
height.
horrible temper.
No.
Okay.
It
Trust
has
me.
nothing to do
it,
with
it
Listen,
has,
I
it has
have
nothing to do
Charlton,
with
it has
No,
nothing to do with height.
Yeah.
It has
No,
nothing to do
But
with
I
height.
heard
It's
it has
control. Everything's
But-
control.
I'm
Yes.
just I'm just saying though.
Short
The
people
moment you are
have-
prone to
Can
anger,
you hear me?
Everybody's
Things
prone
like
to
that.
anger. Everybody's
But
prone to
I
anger. It
learned-
depends on what triggers
But we
you.
should know that short people have a way of short people have a way of managing situations.
It's a lie.
First of all, they always feel you want to
intimidated.
insult them,
Mhm.
you want to take
How does
advantage.
height
That's a
have anything to
self-esteem
do
problem.
with that?
Your
Exactly.
esteem is your
So-
esteem. It has nothing to do with your height.
I feel
think-
very tall.
I
No,
think-
I'm not
I think-
tall.
I've met so
I
many
do- hold on
sweet
now.
short
I
people.
think-
I
I
feel
think-
And I want
tall.
to praise
I'm
Hello.
not tall, but I feel
Hello.
tall.
Hey,
So,
hey. Please.
I've met so many sweet short people, and if I want to even hail
Sorry,
them,
you said
I
what?
use
Right.
Sorry,
Yes,
you mentioned
yes.
sweet short people.
yes, because I hail them by saying, "Oh my darling, you're so pretty."
Yeah. It's just so
Yeah,
yeah.
I love it. There's a nanny, my favorite nanny of my for my sons. Like one of them, Joy. I call her short people. If I want to call her my short people, and she will smile because she knows I mean no harm,
Yeah, I
and
play-
I just
Yeah.
I play
You
like
know
that
the
along with my
worst-
short
Do
friends
you know
though.
the worst
I
among
know.
them? Slim and short.
Oh.
Height.
I don't want to mention someone's name.
No, we-
I have a friend.
I'm telling you, short and slim people are in trouble. So
Okay.
thank you so so much, guys, for being
Thank
on the
you.
show.
But
with
please,
me.
before we go, does anyone have any quote for us? At least something to take home.
What are you taking home now?
Well, I have given you one,
Oh,
that the greatest gift that God can ever give to anybody is the gift to manage people.
yes.
If you can manage people, you're
And
done.
guys,
And also,
sorry,
when-
guys, please don't shy away from therapy.
Yeah.
Therapy
therapy is
helps
good.
a lot.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when it comes to issues like this, it's too delicate, and we can talk about it from now to next year. But
Yeah.
the best cure to things like this is simply
Therapy.
therapy.
Yeah, I went through therapy at some point because I was so angry for reasons best known to me. I had therapy. I had a therapist in the UK and one in Uganda. I always speak with them on the phone.
Mm.
We do video calls, Zoom calls, and stuff. It helps because at that point they just want to have you express how you feel,
Yeah.
say some things you would not say ordinarily.
Mhm.
Then they just listen to you and help just guide you through that emotion, what you passed through it. And it works. After a while, I learned something. There's one thing I never knew. Normally, I'm a person that sees things in black and white. I'll start to see things in other colors so that when it happens to me,
Yes.
I am not surprised.
Yes, something
So
like
therapy helps you. It helps you build your mind. It helps you. People shy away from it. Some people feel like the therapist is a cycle that wants to see through your mind.
Yeah.
They're trying to rip you apart
Mhm.
and devour you and shred you and put you into pieces and feel like they're coupling you back. No, that's not it. They're just
Yeah.
trying you to help you live through that situation
Yeah.
in time.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad thing. It's not. And above all, be with a good person. Be with
Yes,
a kind
a
person.
good-natured man.
Nah, someone that
Good-natured woman.
values
I
you.
can tell
Yeah.
you're a good
Yeah.
person.
Hmm?
Because you
Yeah.
said it a
Thank
couple
you
of
so
times.
much.
Build a good person, build a good
Yeah.
Are you a good person?
I am one. I know he's one. I don't know if she's one.
Speak for yourself.
I know if it's me, you will not know. You cannot know, shouting. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you,
Thank you
guys.
for being here and even having to discuss this very sensitive topic with me. I really appreciate it because I know a lot of people are listening. A lot of people would listen. Do you get me? And they would learn. Talk to someone. Talk to a therapy. Get help.
But don't talk to your
If you
friends.
if you're going through if you have a friend that you can actually rely
Yeah,
on,
it
why
depends.
not?
You should
Yes,
weigh your friends
yes.
up. You should be able to size up
Exactly.
your friends.
So
It's
talk
just
to
like, I think we need to end this.
I'm telling you.
It's getting
We'll
interesting.
keep going.
It's just
Thank
like
you so much, guys.
A
Thank
friend
you.
said, he was going through some stops
Mhm.
and pick up his phone to call
Someone.
Somebody.
It was ringing. The moment the person said hello, his mind just went to,
Do you know
this
who
guy
you're
will
calling?
cast me. He just said hello.
So
Alpha.
friend.
He said, you get what I whatever.
Oh, don't worry.
You know?
Thank you so much. See, don't be that friend. Honestly,
Yeah.
don't be that friend. Because
Honestly,
be a friend to your friend. Be a shoulder to lean on. Get help if you have to.
And everybody's a
You know,
shoulders.
exactly.
Some shoulders are broken shoulders. You fall when you try
Exactly.
to lean on them.
Thank
So
you.
that-
So
Yeah.
please, if you're a violent person out there, change for your own sake. You don't have to end up in
Some people
Kirikiri
choose
or
violence.
in
Every
in
day.
jail. Do you get me? So please, guys, it's a very sensitive topic that we had to talk about so that we can all learn.
Mhm.
Whichever way you can help somebody help, listen to them when they talk to you. Do you
Oh,
get me? And also, if you're a violent person, stop. I beg, stop. No keep person picking for person. If you're a man and a woman and you beat your wife, you beat your girlfriend, you're a very violent person. You are not a human being. You are an animal. Stop it.
Hmm?
Thank you so much, guys.
Animal.
Animal.
Thank you so much, guys,
Sorry.
for following us. We love that we have you guys here. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. We don't take your love for granted over here. We love you and want to see you next time. Bye. Please like, subscribe, and share. We love you. Bye.
Love you,